7 rounds, 7 weeks, hundreds, if not thousands of racing miles, and it has all come down to this. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to round 8 of ARL's Formula USA Championship Season 1. And this week, because it's the finale, because, well, I felt like it, it's a special treat. Things might be looking mostly the same right now, but in about 6 minutes, it's going to be looking entirely different from what you all are used to, because your fearless and incredible broadcaster commentator extraordinaire is going to be taking to the circuit this evening. I said, why not? I've been watching these guys go round and round all season. It looks like a whole heck of a lot of fun. So I decided, with the permission of the organizers, that I'd get to jump in the car, give you a driver's eye POV and commentary where I'm able on this race. It's been, well, I don't know how long it's been. It's probably been closer to a year than anything else since the last time I drove one of these Formula USA, one of these Indy cars. So it's going to be interesting, to say the least. Fortunately, I didn't really have to learn a new circuit. It is just turning left. I did about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes of practice, but I decided, let's see what I can do in the race, see how enjoyable it's going to be. It's a huge grid right now, 22 cars at the moment, myself included, and we're in our warm-up phase, which this is probably the first time that I've actually gone live during the warm-up of the race. Usually I leave it to qualifying to start my rambles, but because I'm going to be qualifying, I thought I may as well start a few minutes early, get things going, get a bit of a talking portion out of the way, and, you know, give some final wax lyrical for the final pre-race time, and, you know, I'll go ahead and read through the standings as they are going into the final round. Those of you who've been paying attention know that this man, Jeff H., is the champion. 304 points. Every single race on his scorecard is an out-and-out victory. The next closest driver is Project Zero Hour, also known as Groove Armada. 185 points, currently in second. Sloth is in third, 179 points. Huge fight anywhere in the top 5. Sean Stewart's in fourth with 170 points. Matty Ice is in fifth with 166. That could all be scrambled up if last night's Porsche Cup race is anything to go by. The final round is going to have some changes. Ted is Graphic, otherwise known as Ted Piper, is in sixth, 146 points to their name. Second place, Merchant, 135. Les Paul Obsession, the man himself, Ryan Cooper, our organizer, our wonderful human being that keeps everything going, put his blood, sweat, and tears into this series, is in 8th. Tiago Lorena is in 9th, and Deuce Pac is in 10th. If you're curious what the rest of the field looks like, log on to SimGrid, take a peek. I'll be doing enough number crunching today and enough reading that I'll leave it at the top 10. I'm sure it'll look different in about hour and a half's time. But it's going to be absolutely fantastic this evening. Thoroughly looking forward to it. And for those of you who were sort of hoping for the normal broadcast proceedings, a better overview of the race, I do have good news. Myself and Les Paul Obsession, Ryan Cooper, are going to be doing a race recap, sort of, well, not really a race recap. We're going to be going through the race replay, sort of commentating on it as if it was happening live. That will be tomorrow at, I believe, 8 p.m. Eastern, perhaps, or sorry, I think 5 p.m. Eastern was what I was told. Let's say it's between that gap. It'll be for sure around there, but that will be a good time, a good chance to talk through the season as a whole, enjoy the final race together, and, well, hoping for good things. Quite honestly, I have absolutely no expectations of my own personal performance today. As I've said, don't exactly have a lot of recent relevant experience in this car, on this game. Never driven this circuit before, So, if anything, it will at least be entertaining to watch me fly headfirst into a wall. But I'm going to enjoy the journey nonetheless. My goal is to finish. That is all. As with many of the races I do, my goal is to just plain finish. And above that, have a good time. And I'm looking forward to getting it going. A minute left in the quick 10-minute warm-up. Then it will go on to our 15-minute practice session. A little bit of racing happening already. Which, oh, that's good to see. Gets me excited for what's to come. But yeah, our 15-minute practice session, the 10-minute open session, and the 5-minute Fast 6 qualifying. Will I be in the Fast 6? No idea. No clue at all. But who knows? Maybe good things will happen. I think before I do that, though, I'm going to check one quick thing, because I just realized something is slightly goofy with my my HUD. So I'm going to adjust that real fast, so I get everything set up in front of me, just the way I want it for tonight. It's been a while. I had to boot up some software that I haven't ran in absolute ages, but it will be good to see nonetheless. Yeah, everything's looking green, everything's looking golden for me. We'll see how qualifying goes. I am going to do the customary and drop my radiator opening a substantial amount, give it a little bit more top speed, hopefully, you know, fine margins and all, and certainly going to try to qualify as best as I can. Maybe do a little bit of pit lane practice here and there. See the last couple of drivers. Here's Maximo ARG, and I already can tell from his inputs, and I'm being reminded that he is driving on a gamepad. And I let a lot of the guys know after the race at Suzuka that was the case, and they were as amazed as I was. And it's incredible. I think I'm realizing we're driving the same car. I think we are. I tried to pick one that no one else was driving, and it seems I failed miserably. That's okay. I'm just here for the final round. It's not like it's going to confuse anyone more than anything else. But, final couple of moments here before qualifying begins. Throw my gloves on and, make sure everything's set up. I don't need a full tank of fuel either. Probably should have pulled some fuel out before I started. I don't know, 20 laps, 20 liters. That sounds good to me. And I'm on nose cam, which I shouldn't be. But we'll see how things go. Not the most inspiring pit lane entry to start with. Fortunately, I remembered to turn my pit limiter on. Made that mistake tens of times. But, I don't know, let's see how well I can do. I'll keep my eye on the top left and call out times as I see them. Obviously, I'll really only be able to see what I can see based on where I am position-wise. So, hopefully I'm high enough up the list that I can see who's on pole, or who is fighting for pole at the very least. Take a couple of laps to sort of warm up the car, build up the speed, a little bit of temp in these tires, and I have no idea how to drive ovals. I'm not a oval specialist of any mind. If anything, I'm most comfortable on a circuit, or perhaps on a rally stage. But ovals are not my normal forte, for sure. But see how qualifying goes. I considered not qualifying, I'll be honest, and starting from the back of the grid. But this serves, honestly, as more practice than anything else. I really haven't done enough to feel like I could jump straight in to the race session and you know, feel successful, feel prepared. But qualifying, I think, is the easy part. You don't have to think about much. Because you're not thinking about what your tires look like. Not thinking about fuel. So my turbo's already failing. Kind of surprised that the engine's already beginning to give up on me, but hopefully it'll stay alive for a little bit longer. Hustle Vista Donkey's already putting in some quick laps. It's just super close up at the top. I'm currently 7th. I know qualifying just started, but you know, I'll take it. Sean Stewart's jumped up. Sloth's jumped him down. I've jumped up to 4th. Running with the best of them like I know what I'm doing. Massive smoke pluming out of the back of my car as a result of my turbo getting ready to explode. Fortunately, it's not performance inhibiting just yet. Keep it nice and narrow here. Shortest line possible. Well, I'm a bit surprised, if I'm honest. I know qualifying just started, and I feel like the times maybe will come down a little bit, but 1,000th of a second between Sloth and Sean Stewart right now. That's unbelievably good stuff. But no, I'm a bit surprised. I really thought that I wouldn't do too well. Staying sort of in 4th. If I'm in the Fast 6, I'm going to be absolutely chuffed. Though I do think with the oil leak and the coolant leak, this engine is going to be on a one-way ticket to blowing up pretty soon. Maybe I can get this and one more laps out of it before it all goes wrong. I could be losing horsepower as well. Engine damage is coming up. Sean Stewart, though, is showing extreme pace in qualifying. There's Jeff H. in P2. I've been dumped to P6. I think I'm going to do a little bit of pit entry practice here. It is super tricky. Oh, never mind. I didn't even realize my engine was about to blow, but there it goes. Already blown it up. And, you know, no pit entry practice for me. I didn't turn on my pit limiter that time. I think I get away with a warning. I remember AMS 2. It won't give me a grid penalty just yet, but it will later. Jeff H, though, he's coming to the party. Up to P1. I'm still in the Fast 6 at the moment. I mean, I'd say I feel like I have, you know, sometimes when you're in qualifying, I tend to have a sense of where my car might be, where I might be as a driver. Do I have a bit more pace? But on a speedway, I just have no idea. I actually don't really have reference points for this. I don't know, I feel like I could go a bit quicker. But there's only one way to find out, really. Hopefully this engine will last long enough to get into the final 5 minutes. The order as it stands: Jeff H, provisional pole; second place Merchant, living up to their name; Sean Stewart, third; Deuce Pac, sorry, excuse me, Sloth for the Deuce Pac, fifth. Limit the inputs on entry and exit. That wasn't very good. You don't want to scrub any extra speed by turning the wheel too much. It seems like as we're getting just towards halfway, times are starting to settle Hasta La Vista Donkeys made the cardinal error and has the grid penalty, 1 position. At the moment, if he speeds another time, I think there'll be 2 places and so on and so forth. Let's see if I can go in 1,000th quicker. Maybe. I'm green right now. Oh, but I'm basically identical on lap time to my previous lap. This one's looking pretty good through turn 1 and 2, though. I've been jumped. I'm down into 7th now. Mayor Reales has jumped up into 5th. I feel like I'm scrubbing too wide. But I think it's going to be an improvement for me. Back up into 5th. Holy moly. Might just have a bit of pace here. Turbo's failing. I'm not bothered. Not worried. Everything's fine. Oh. Definitely going quicker. I don't know how, but I'm going quicker. Here's the oil leak. I think I'll do this lap and then a pit in. I don't think the engine's going to survive much longer. Yeah, there's the coolant leak. Listen, a 10th separates the top 6. That's some good oval stuff right there, but the engine's about to explode. You can see it ticking up, and boom goes the engine. Well, I'll wait in pit lane for a little bit, jump on board for a couple of laps with Jeff H. Wait till the Fast 6 begins to see if I'm indeed in it. Most of the top 5, including myself, are hanging around in pit lane. The order with 5.5 to go. Jeff H on pole, Deuce Bach second, second place Merchant third, Sean Stewart fourth, myself in 5th, Sloth 6th, Mail Reales 7th, Super Goose 8th, Anthony Pacheco 9th, Matty Ice 10th, Ted Piper 11th, Trucks in History 12th, Spiky Cactus 13th, Crazy Mittens 14th, Elbow 15th, R1 Samurai 16th, Les Paul Obsession, Ryan Cooper 17th, Ryan Fisher 919 18th, Kronos 19th, Maximo ARG, the gamepad specialist, is in 20th, Brew Ramada 21st, and Hasta La Vista Donkey is in 22nd. Fast 6 has started. Holy moly, I'm in the Fast 6. This was not a position I was anticipating by any measure. But I'll certainly try to, see if I can go a little bit quicker. It is 100th between me and Sean, but it's also 100th back between me and Sloth, so it's super, super close. Any time that can be found by any of us could be worth a position or two. I'm just absolutely elated to be up here. Just really hope I can hold it together for the race. My goal is to finish. Where, it doesn't matter. But my goal is to finish. And the interesting thing is, second place Merchant right now is in a net P2 because of the penalty from Deucebach. I think several drivers, not just me, forgetting about the pit limiter. Maybe have 4 laps more of qualifying to go. Let's see if I can go quicker. Something I haven't considered, and honestly, I don't know how much consideration it should be granted, but tire wear is going to be a factor. No idea how the tires react once get into a stint. I've maybe only driven, 20 laps at a time, half a stint. apparently a bit warm. Or the circuit is going to be a bit warm. Tonight it will be a night race. Which I think is going to be pretty darn cool. It's going to be a sunset, a little bit of twilight into the dark night. It seems that it's just me, Sloth, and Sean. We're all seeing the same thing. We're all seeing the margins. We may as well go for it. You know, this whole oval thing, I could get into. Granted, I'm not even in the race. This is the easy part. 2 minutes to go. Should only have 4 fast laps remaining now. I think I said 4 laps earlier. I was entirely wrong. Not quick enough through the first bit. I don't think I have the smoothness. Trying for a super aggressive line there. But I don't think it's going to get me the exit. See how it looked coming up. I think I came up a bit too much. It's not going to be improvement. 2 laps remaining. Turn a little bit more gentle. Instead of it being off the corner, let's keep it a little bit more geometric. That looks a little bit better. No movement on the timing screen just yet. I think I'm on for an improvement here. We'll see where it takes me. Oh my goodness, I'm on provisional pole! What has happened? How is this possible? It can't be! It can't be! Sean Stewart's the only one left who can depose me. I'm in disbelief. I'm gonna do one last pit practice. And I've gotten it entirely wrong. And I've just gotten myself a grid penalty because of it. Oh, the level of comedy. I'm gonna jump into to the voice chat right now and laugh at myself and invite everyone else to laugh at me.
So I'm just finishing up a lap.
I would like to be laughed at. I just put it up on poll and gassed it into pit lane. It's got a penalty. Please, everyone, laugh at me. That was unbelievable.
Nice lap, though.
Dude, maybe I can do this oval thing. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Went from the broadcast booth to the pole position in first attempt.
I'm excited.
Except it's actually P2 because, you know.
Semantics.
Well, sometimes it doesn't count that grid position thing. So when you go in there, it might not have counted it. It might not count it.
I mean, I'll end up behind Jeff regardless, so it's, you know.
Y'all in the Fast Six, like, do you guys see your gaps?
Oh,
do you see the splits?
Oh, beautiful.
It's
What do you mean?
It is
Beautiful. Well, good luck, everybody. I look forward to speaking with some of you, any of you, after the race.
Good luck, everybody.
You could stay in here and have all of us just chatting on your.
Oh, I'll be yapping the whole time. I commentated myself through qualifying, so I wouldn't want to be that guy.
He'll be in first place, just cruising ahead.
Yeah, right. Good luck, guys.
My name's Jack, and I don't ever do Indy racing anymore. I retired.
I retired because I'm too slow.
Damn, I
as
can
I'm,
put it on
as
poll.
I'm 27 seconds ahead of everybody, so yeah. How this ARL championship's gonna go for me.
Well, maybe I need to retire from commentary then.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to
All right,
some of
we
you in a
ready?
bit.
Yep, I'm ready.
It is P2. I did get the grid penalty after all. That is honestly, that makes me happy that I managed to do that. Caned it into pit entry, got the penalty at the very end. Gonna remember to set the radiator nice and high. Oh, that's unbelievable. That's so funny. It is a great crew of people that we have, and most races, most of them end up sitting in the voice chat together so they can all hang out and enjoy themselves. I thought it would only be proper to go in there and do the opposite of smack talking. But I feel like the pressure's on now. You know, I put in the fastest lap in qualifying. I did totally balls it up at the end. You know, that's going to make me fear the pit lane a little bit more. Actually, speaking of pit lane, make sure that this is set properly. It is, so I don't have to think about it. By the time, if a caution comes out early and I decide to go down pit road, I'm not going to be thinking about strategy. I'm not going to be thinking about pressing the right buttons. But, man, that was a really, really great qualifying. It's only proper that the final qualifying of the season seems to be the absolute closest. That Fast 6 was electric. Somehow, some way, it all came together for me. But no, I had to do something to mess it up. It's my style, after all. And we're going on to the formation. And I'm hoping no shenanigans have started. I mean, I see that Ted Piper's 0 second sort of deal next to his name. I'm going to assume that's okay. But a bit of a different view this week. A special and unique view. I can't promise it in any other scenario. But maybe just this time, have a little something special. Do a little bit of customary weaving. Not because I feel like I need to, but because, I don't know. I feel like I'm tall. I feel like you communicate when you weave around other people. I love Jeff H. Absolute Iceman. Just completely and utterly just, I don't know, pit limiter on probably. Just cruising. No weave. No shenanigans. It up as best and respectfully as I can. And, well, we're about to go green for the final time this season. And for the first time, I will be taking the green flag from the front row. Probably the first time that's ever happened in any of these races. And Jeff H is already going. He's already gone. He absolutely blitzed the start before the lights even went out. I think this guy's done this a few times before. And it's a full course caution immediately. What has happened? Before the race could get underway, we're immediately under caution. Cars 21 and 22 are possibly in pieces. We're gonna see when we come by this time. Oh! That car was upside down. That's not gone well. Or who that was. I'm not sure who exactly ended up upside down, but, huh. Huh. Well, this was a bit unexpected. I'll be honest. I was mentally prepared for quite a bit. I was getting ready to, you know, talk through the race start and sort of get everything going, but... Well, now I get to know what it feels like to drive behind the safety car on an oval. This is a rite of passage for the little commentator that could. Ed Piper's just taken a pit stop early. A bit surprising, if I'm honest. Wonder if he sustained some early damage, maybe, that he wanted to get repaired immediately. Maybe a bit of an early undercut. I mean, it is a free pit stop. To sort of shorten maybe a final stint by a lap or two. But certainly the calm before the storm. That was... Oh, somebody's in the grass. I'm not sure who that was, but they ended up on the infield. Well, then they pulled over down below the ribbon. Is Jeff H gonna take a stop? He is! He is gonna stop! You know, I feel like I trust the people that are doing that more than I trust myself. But I'm gonna stay out. Even if it's just to say I led a couple laps of this race. You know, they might know something I don't. They've probably done a bit of fuel math that's, you know, answered a question, but a good chunk of the field has stopped in this first yellow. A couple cars being waved through. I think that was Matty Ice. That must have been one of the cars that had an early incident. But, well, I'm on my own at the moment. Trucks in History is going to be the car behind me. But I'm going to take the green from the front of this field. Run my stint to the end. I know it seems a little early. I'm not an oval specialist. I know nothing about ovals. I know nothing about oval strategy. But I know that right now I want to be leading this race. But the interesting thing that's happening right now, racing will resume at the end of this lap, but car number 4 is going extremely slowly.
Hey, retire.
Oh, you know, I should have probably figured that out. I was like driving around just yapping and everything. And I was like, this is weird. Why is everyone going into pit lane? What is happening? I'm confused. Thank you. I was totally, I was excited. I thought I was going to get a lead a couple laps.
There you go.
Shucks.
Well, I mean, still you will be.
We'll see.
Thank you for the reminder. We're gonna go back and do standing start. So.
Copy that. See, now I feel like a bit more of a fool. But I think the sort of failed gridding start, maybe people got a couple of penalties. There are bugs in the system, ghosts in the machine when it comes to AMS2. And it's never certain whether things go 100% to plan. It seems like ovals bring out all kinds of fun shenanigans. But that's what it looks like when the safety car goes into their box. Fun fact. Trucks in History, the only car still driving. I think they're waiting for them to retire before they can exit and clean the session. I think we're just waiting now for them. There we go. Perfect. But it'll be a calm before the storm. And it will be a standing start. the procedure is such that it will be a standing start. An extra 2 laps will be granted on top of the 125 lap count. And it will be up to the drivers to get into their qualifying positions and grid up normal formation lap. And it is down to the race leader, that being Jeff H., to call the green. Normally you'd sit in the AMS2 voice chat, you'd hear what's going on, you'd hear the folks call it out, but I have the unique position of starting on the front row, so I will go when I hear his engine go, which is about as quick as it would be reacting to him saying go. Fortunately, I'm not on pole in this moment, because I know for an absolute fact that I wouldn't know where to say go and just make it up. But I don't have to worry about that this time. If the goal was for my nerves to be absolutely shot, I'm a bit nervous now. Now having to do the restart, I was mentally prepared, and this is something I wonder if other drivers felt this, especially during the Indy 250 earlier in the season. It's something where, you know, you get ready, and I'm sure I talked about this during that race. You know, you get fully prepared, and trying to find my setup. I think that's it. Let me make sure the radiator's good. The radiator's good. Make sure the pit strategy's good. Pit strategy is good. And you get as ready as you can. And wow, look at that. I'm starting on the back row. But not actually. Everything will get done properly. It just means I have to overtake the whole field, which will be exciting. But you get prepared. You get ready. Flag goes green. You take a deep breath. And you got to do it all over again. You got to get your head right. Chill out. The appropriate amount. The good news is, well, I would say the good news is the jig is up as far as Jeff H's race starts. But, well, he's going to do the same thing again, ultimately. But I know to expect as early as possible, he's going to launch that sucker. And we'll see how it all goes. Couple cars still to ready up. We didn't lose any drivers. As a result, everybody came back to give it another bash. Whoever ended up upside down gets a second chance. It's the second chance of a lifetime. Come back, give it one more bash on the finale, and I'm pleased for that. Anybody who didn't get a fair shake at the start, random penalties, undeserved. Do it again. Oh. Starting me basically in the bumper of somebody else. Huh. I think we're gonna do it all again. Just do a little bit of donuts on the oval. It's back to the pits again. Oh wait, I actually can't return to the pits because we have to do the formation lap. Nobody can retire because the race hasn't started. This is hilarious. Everybody, myself included, drove into the dirt. Oh. Oh, joy of joys. Just gonna turn to the pits, give it a retiree, and we'll do it all again. Again. Well, just like at the Indy 500, or sorry, the Indy 250 at Indianapolis, it seems only proper that if anything that is left to go wrong will go wrong. There's a certain amount of poetry to that. Let's see, Cronus is up to some burnouts. Trucks in History is chilling. But into pit lane. It's just Maximo we were waiting on. But now we're all good. Now we're all back. Session is closed and will be reopened again. I do thoroughly apologize for the delay. It's, you know, typical race shenanigans. If it's gonna go wrong, it has to go wrong at the very end of the season. But we should get underway momentarily. I think it might have been an issue with leaving it on a rolling start. I just saw it get clicked to no, so it will be a standing start. The lights will go green. It won't be 2 laps. It'll be 1 lap to grid up. Everybody's going to need to go and do it very quickly. I am at the risk of a very poor race start because I am staying in the commentary booth, or in the broadcast booth here on the ARL Discord, electing to not have to subject myself to changing Discord channels mid-race. If it's a disadvantage, well, it is a disadvantage. I am willing to take it because I can use it as for an excuse later. After all, hey, I didn't do well because I didn't get a good race start because I wasn't able to join the Discord or something like that. No idea. I may be broadcaster and a commentator, but racing driver excuses are in all of us. One hopefully final double check on the setup. Full tanks of fuel. Pit strategies set. Final check on the radiator opening. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Hey, good news this time. I'm on the pole, so I don't have to worry too much about gridding up. And Jeff H is in 4th, so he and I don't have to move around too much. That's really all I'm worried about, is that he gets ahead of me and I get on the front row. Which is still an unbelievable surprise. The fact that I put in the fastest lap in qualifying. If you asked me, gun to my head, where do you think you would have qualified? I would have said like 13th. I don't know. But I was so I was so surprised by getting provisional pole that I completely forgot what I was doing and forgot that there was consequences for speeding in coming back into pit lane, and got myself a 1-place grid penalty. And I think there's some beauty to that. Hopefully we still have 22 cars. We still have all 22 cars. Just waiting on Deucepak to ready up. And they have done. It'll do its usual sync. Then it will be the standing start, which I will take it slowly. Just enough to get the car moving. Keep it at let's say 50 miles an hour till I see Mr. Jeff H. come on by. And there he is, the man himself. Coming on by. I will slot into my position. Go ahead and get in somewhat of a 2x2. Nice and early. Sort of keep my eye on the top right. See where everybody's at. If we need to slow down, we need to slow down. But it will be green once we get around. And, you know, I was nervous on the last race start. But now that there's one extra, third time's a charm, I'm relaxed again. And that's just a beautiful thing. And I'm excited to give you a perspective that all of our drivers have been experiencing all season. Hopefully it's still a good show. And hopefully I perform. Hopefully I finish. Waiting to hear that engine note rise. We are going to begin any second now. Oh, it was a terrible launch for me. It was an absolutely tragic reaction. Immediately down into third. Second place Merchant with a brilliant launch. But no catastrophe on the start from what I can see. Second place Merchant is up. Everyone else, for the most part, seems to be where they are. I think Sean Stewart might be fighting a bit for position. We'll see what it feels like in the slipstream of other cars. This will be my first time in this position. Just gonna do my best to stay down low. I touched the inner apron just a little bit. That's Deucebuck. Thinking about it around my outside. He has a huge run. I think he's going to clear me. Staying way too low. I need to get back up. Need to get in the slipstream. I'm falling like a stone. The slipstream is incredible. Oh, man. Oh. Back up into P2. Deucebuck and I squabbling. It looks like it's 3 wide behind. Or at least 2x2 behind. Jeff H, though, is absolutely ice cold out in the lead. Managing it beautifully. Oh! Huge move down the inside for Stewart. Sean, I didn't even see that coming. Huge maneuver. It's a fight for the lead at the front. Oh, it's an accident. Sean Stewart and Jeff H come together. And I was fortunate enough to dive down below. Oh my goodness, it's huge. Jeff H, the champion. Comes together with the man, the myth, the legend, Sean Stewart. And fortunately, I had the absolute best seat in the house for that. We don't miss a thing here in the commentary booth. not least the race leader and the driver in second coming together. It really gives me a sense for how difficult it's going to be leading this race, because the slipstream is unbelievably powerful. It's not like Indianapolis, where, you know, you sort of have to get everything right to get a little bit of a run. No, it's absolutely massive. You, I think, just have to hammer it home the whole time. Jeff H. and Sean Stewart, the only drivers heading into pit lane so far. Immediate drama. And, you know, I was sort of hoping that on the race start I could give a little bit more color, give a little more commentary, but I'll be honest, I was really focused. I was really trying to not cause any issues. Wait, but Sean, I just realized Stewart and Jeff aren't in pit lane. There's two other cars in pit lane having issues. They're still limping back. Oh no. They might not even hit pit lane before the restart. Hopefully they can make it back to pit road. It would really, really be a shame if either of them weren't able to finish this race. Drivers in 17th and 18th just pulled down. Well, they could have been coming from anywhere, but they're now in 17th and 18th. It's myself leading this race by some miracle. Deuce Puck right behind me, Super Goose right behind him. Second place Merchant dropping down to 4th. Sloth 5th, Mailer Reales 6th. Ted Piper up to 7th, making a good start. Matty Ice 7th, Matty Ice 8th. Anthony Pacheco 9th. Spiky Cactus 10th. Trucks in History 11th. That is all I can really see. It is Elbow and Crazy Mittens who were in pit lane. They will come back out on the racing lap. Safety car will be in this lap. And the best part is, I can actually see that for once. I don't just have to guess. And I have no idea how to take a restart. Go ahead and close up to the back of the safety car. Knock it down 2 gears so I get a good launch. Wait for the green flag. Safety car is going to need to go down pit lane. That's Jeff H. still cruising. Take the restart now. I feel like that was a good restart. I waited just a little bit. Oh, but it's back to yellow. I think because Jeff H. was still going slowly. Oh no, the race is immediately neutralized because of his car. And I'm wondering if he made it into pit lane. I'm wondering if he was able to get it down pit road. That is tragedy for our champion. The final race of the season. Only one race, and it was in round 2 that he didn't win, and he finished 2nd. But not today. Just a little bit of coming together on this oval. Ryan Cooper wasn't kidding. This is an unbelievably fast, active oval. The racing was extremely hard immediately. While it's a slow burn in the first 12 laps, not much to say that hasn't already been said. It's the same story as it was minutes ago. Suppose now would be a good time to double check my pit lane proceedings. Yep, we're good. We're looking good. Perfect. Everything's looking as it should. He's giving a bit of time to relax. I'd say a bit too much time. I feel like whether or not I meant to do it, I may have placed a commentator's curse on the head of Jeff H. when I said I wanted to lead some laps during the first attempted race start. I was like, oh, this is my opportunity to lead a couple of laps, and well, here I am leading a couple of laps. Not too happy about it. Well, don't get me wrong, I am very happy about it, but not getting to see Jeff H up here, not getting to duke it out with him, or even try to keep up, is surely going to be missed. But it's keeping the field super tight, keeping it super exciting because of it. So, some good, some bad. Hopefully this next lap, safety car will hit in. Like, now's as good a time as any to say, even though this series is ending, there is still so much more going on at ARL, not just on AMS2, but on ACC on console as well, iRacing, Le Mans Ultimate, all the good things. If there's a discipline you want to drive, there's a chance you get to drive it. I think there's a bit of rally racing that goes on from time to time as well. But it is been a pleasure getting to bring you this series, and hopefully I will continue to do so. I will continue to do so for the remainder of the season, of course, the remainder of this race. Hopefully from this perspective, and I don't put it into a wall and, you know, end up spectating. I waited just a bit longer than I did last time, but Deucebach was ready for it. He got a really good restart. For those of you who are wondering why I shift straight from 4th to 6th, it's because this setup that I pulled from the current world record holder, 4th, 5th, and 6th all have the exact same gearing. Hoping that it's a quick one. Clearly, it served me extremely well in qualifying. Oh, here comes Super Goose. It's the Hello Kitty car. Oh, man. Closing up bigly. Already. You know, I feel like I'm putting in a good lap. A good handful of laps. I'm going to stay low here, stay defensive. Make him work his way around me. These two fight it out. Not too much movement I'd seen so far on the standings. No huge drama already. Actually, Maximo ARG is down just a bit. Maybe I should have been paying more attention to the move that was coming my way. It's Super Goose on the inside. He's washed just a little bit. Oh, we might be 3 wide here. We are 3 wide just briefly. And I'm fearing for my life, but I was not the one to back out. That was brilliant. That was superb. These two giving me a good fight. Hopefully, I'm keeping my manners in check. I know there's a lot of oval manners. You know, blocking, don't do that. Changing your line mid-corner, don't do that. That's all I know, though, and hopefully nothing I'm doing right now is any sort of faux pas. No! It's another full course yellow. Oh, we have a couple of cars that have come together at the exit of turn 4. Just gonna go ahead and sort of back her out. I don't want to be coming up to a multi-car collision. It's Hasta La Vista Donkey and Spiky Cactus. Oh my lord. That is another upside down car right in the center of the circuit. I truly hope that he returns to the garage soon, because there is no way this race is getting underway with that car sitting there. The attrition rate in this race so far has been nothing short of immense. We're effectively down to 15 cars, with Hasta La Vista Donkey being relinquished to the upside down. Oh, wait! He got righted somehow. He got moving again. I think he's back underway. He might have reset to track. That is a feature if that's enabled. Could have hit the reset to track button, and that got him righted. So fortunately not out of the race. We are still 16 cars remaining. And lap 22. It didn't last for long, but I got to fight for a little while. And I'm still in the lead of the race. But if I learned anything from the few moments that I had being chased by Super Goose and Deuce Pac, I know that it is not something that I can guarantee to hold on to. Because instantaneously that was difficult. It's almost to the distance where maybe I think about going down pit lane. It's almost half distance to a stint. In terms of fuel, I think the fuel lasts around 38, 39 laps. So it is looking like a 3-stop race regardless, and this wouldn't exactly shorten a stint. And also, I am not giving up track position, not from the lead. I'm not confident enough in my strategy, and not intelligent enough of a over racer to be like, yeah, new tires would be great right now. I desperately need an engineer who knows what they're doing, or anybody that knows more than what I'm talking about. But it's the third caution of the race. And it is the second, well, actually the third caution that I've spent following the safety car. It's not often that I lead any form of sim race. And to be leading it on an oval for the finale of the Formula USA Championship as just a commentator gone rogue who jumped in a race car is feels fantastic. And I don't care how this race ends, but I know how it started. And I think for that I can keep my head up high. And I'm going to do my best to hold it together. Get another good restart. I feel like these guys know my antics at this point, as far as how I'm going to treat the restart. I'm not going to say what I'm going to do, because I just realized they could be listening. Going super early. Ha 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 ha! Mwahaha! I went late the last 2 times. I'm going early these 2 times. Didn't seem to actually do much. Super Goose is immediately on me. Oh, is he going to try it around the outside? But is he washing a bit too wide? I think he is washing a bit too wide. He almost had too good of a restart. No, he's still immediately on me. Can't do anything to defend from this position. Oh, I'm sort of forced up wide. Oh, he's sort of gone into me just a bit, Deuce Puck has. But kept it all together. Good hard racing. A little bit of wheel to wheel on the oval. Oh, don't want to drop below there. That can get sketchy. Well, I'm in second now. Fortunately, I have the slipstream to keep me company. Seems that I'm taking a different line to everybody else. I don't know if that's for better or for worse. I'm going to go for it here for the lead. I feel like I have the run. I feel like I have the grip. Maybe going to do a little bit of lifting just to keep the tires from scrubbing too hard. Oh, it's going to be a fight, this. It's going to be a fight. See how comfortable it feels holding a narrow line. It's not very comfortable there. I feel like I'm going to shred my tires if I do this for too long. But I can't go up now. Just going to have to wait it out down here. Hold it together. I'm going to stay narrow. I'm going to stay narrow. That's what I'm going to do. That's the strategy. Just going to stay low. I hope I'm not doing anything illegal. But I'm going to stay low. I feel comfortable down here. I don't know how my tires are doing or how they're feeling, but I feel comfortable down here. I think it's going to be really hard to get past me when I do this. I'll lead this race as long as I can. I think I got 20 more laps of fuel. So lap 49. I think I'm going to come into pit lane. Second place Merchant's up a position or two. Matty Ice is up. Same with Sloth. Deucebach has actually dropped down just a hair. I wonder. I feel like I've had a bit of a trick here. Washing a bit up into Super Goose's line. I'm not trying to do that. Certainly not trying to block in any way, shape, or form, but just doing my best to hold my position, keeping my foot buried in the loud stuff. Oh, he got the undercut on me. I didn't want to come back down on him. Didn't want to block. Well done him getting around, but I think I'm going to try the exact same trick right back at him. Oh, yes. We are even. I'm on the inside. It's not really opening up. The top 6 positions, super tight. Ted Piper, after his early pit stop, is hot on the heels of the leading group. I can see them all squabbling behind me. I do my best to stay as low as I can. Try to stay predictable, because when you're making any maneuvers at 220, 230 miles an hour, Any mistake's going to be a really, really big one. But Super Goose and I are absolutely going at it. This is fantastic. I am loving this. Maybe gonna tuck back in, get a little bit of a slipstream blast. Gonna try going super low. Ooh. I'm not moving. I like where I am. It's working. This is not a position I thought I'd be in. Interestingly, and I think importantly, Super Goose and I are getting away from the pack just a bit. I'm scrubbing wide, I'm sorry. Trying to lift a little bit there. My outside tires might already be starting to go. Change the lines up just a little bit. Back into second. Ooh, a bump for Super Goose. It's weird, his car sort of jumped a bit there. It's a fight for the podium position right now. I see Matty Ice and Deuce Bach duking it out. Gonna stay low. That slipstream is so powerful. It's unbelievable. This is not a race to be won by accident. Maybe creep up just a little bit. Open up the corner for myself. Make it a bit easier on myself and the tires. Sort of getting closer to the pit window. 12 more laps. 12 more laps. Actually, maybe a bit less. I might actually be short a lap. Maybe going a little bit too... pushing a little bit too hard. Super Goose is instead gonna hang behind me. Maybe do a bit of fuel saving, I think? Trying for a different strategy. I'm being out-strategied right now. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake. This time I'm not going to come back down, though. I don't want it to feel like I'm blocking. Whee! That sort of ka-chunk of the car just dropping below the apron. Not exactly a comfortable feeling. Super Goose now is under attack by Deuce Pac. I can't exactly breathe. So these two are gonna fight like hell. And I'm gonna stay low. I feel like every time I go high, I'm messing myself up. So I'm just gonna stay low. Stay defensive. Really surprised that this is working as well as it is. The tires are starting to go. Oh, definitely starting to go. And this is one of the easier stints on the tires because a lot of the fuel mileage was spent behind the safety car. Get the inputs right, though. It seems to hold on pretty well. Definitely becoming a three-way fight now. Oh! Oh, no! A bit of a coming together. Somehow, Deuce Pac saved it. I don't know what happened to Super Goose. I don't know if he ended up in a barrier. I don't know if he ended up in pit lane. Oh, but I think it's damage. It's damage for Deuce Pac. He's dropping back. He's lost pace. Oh my, I saw my life flash before me. But it's Deuce Pac has dropped down. And that's promoted second place merchant Ted Piper up to the podium positions. Third of the way into this race, just about. And I am in the extremely uncomfortable position of being alone on the circuit. I haven't been alone yet. Oh no, Deuce Pac, I see him. I think he came up into the wall again. He's missing bits on his car. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It was a stellar fight, and being an oval novice. Oh, full course yellow. Maximo ARG is in the grass below the apron. I will be pitting behind the safety car this time. Absolutely, once those pits open up. I'm gonna guess most of the field are doing the same, but cars slow, some in the grass. I think that's Deuce Pac going slowly. I'm close now to the safety car. Another caution. Man, I was just sort of starting to get a lead there. Starting to get, well, not comfortable, but starting to get some distance. See what I could do in open air. But this has brought the fight right back to me. And, oh, I'm glad for it. This has been absolutely epic. I see why our drivers have been coming week in and week out to do the series. This stuff is good. I can't promise that I will do the series. I think I may stay in the commentary booth for now because I do love that ego. But maybe, just maybe, I'll make an attempt to do a race every now and again. I am going to be pitting in. I'm going to assume everybody's going to be pitting in. Gotta make sure that I do it right. Don't speed, I don't do anything wrong. I don't miss my pit box. You know, I don't want to lose track position because of this, but entirely possible I can. I do have engine damage turned off, which is good, because that would keep me stationary for a little while longer. Pit lane time for me. Miss the box. Perfect. Clutch in. Let's see. Oh, I'm not gonna come out in the lead. I didn't get out of the... Oh, wait, no. I think I'm okay. I think this is a car that is down. Yeah, I think this is Sloth. Well, no, actually it says P2. It was Ted Piper. It's because he... I know what this is. Wow, these cars are slippery, or these tires are slippery coming out of pit exit. Holy hell. It's because he took the earlier stop. He needed less fuel. That made it so he was able to take a shorter stop and jump us in pit lane. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. That is awesome. Because I called out that he went into pit lane, and I was sort of wondering when this would, you know, come into play. Lo and behold, it's come into play now. And, well, the interesting part now is that this is going to be a race restart, but a race restart in traffic. Pacheco has also jumped up a couple of spots, but it's going to be a race restart in traffic. This could get so sketchy. Keep it calm, keep it clean. No mistakes. A decent restart for me. Decent restart from everybody. We're gonna see how the lap down cars act with the race leaders coming through. I think they're taking it easy. Maybe gonna give us room to come through. I don't know if that was a safe move there. I thought he was letting me go, but I couldn't tell. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Use this to my advantage. See if I can get a slingshot. Quite work. Oh, but it did not work. Oh, he left me room. He left me room down the inside. Holy moly, I'm back in the lead. This is unbelievable. This is insane. The stars have aligned here. And they've determined that I am worthy of leading a motor race multiple times. That's Matty Ice was the car that we were sort of squabbling with. He's the one behind Ted Piper. It seemed that only him and I were really getting through the traffic easily. Merchant's still third. Oh, I've scrubbed super high. I'm just gonna keep going high. Let Ted take that position back because that's absolutely my mistake. Oh, but he's letting me back through. I don't know how hard he wants to fight this. I think he could be happy with me towing him around. I gotta give it up to whoever the guy was that I nabbed that setup from. It has nothing to do with me and everything to do with him. Trucks in History's actually up in the podium spot now. You know, I really thought that I'd have a lot more brain power and a lot more room to, you know, give commentary. I never would have thought that I would be leading this race. I don't call it the Jeff H. POV. Come on. I'm just scrubbing wide. Do the same thing again. I'm not gonna come back down. I feel like that could be constituted as blocking, and I certainly don't want to do that. Ted space. They're very even. I'm better on the exit though. I think my car is just a bit quicker. Oh, the setup is unbelievable. But I think the important thing right now is Piper and I are leaving third place in the dust. We're finding a bit of space for ourselves. You know, we're not really squabbling. You know, it seems like I'm not quite able to hold it down like I used to. It doesn't seem like I quite have the grip. We do, though, have Matty Ice keeping his company. think he's happy to have us to tear around the circuit with a little bit of breathing room. Means I'm gonna take this as I normally would. Just want to see what Ted's gonna do if I start taking a normal line. Is he gonna try to race, or is he thinking about strategy here? I'll drive up the middle. I'll see what he's gonna do. Nope, I think he's thinking what I'm thinking as far as, you know, let's work together. Let's get a bit of a gap. So when we start fighting, we won't have other cars right back on us. And he could be listening to the broadcast right now. He could be listening to the stream. And Ted, if you are listening, keep it up. I like this. I like what we're doing here. Seems to be working pretty well. Don't have to work my tires quite as hard. Don't have to work my brain quite as hard. Oh, you seem comfortable back there. I'm gonna do my absolute best to go fast. That's the thing. If I start slowing down, it could start hurting both of our races. I think I'm doing good right now. I think we're okay. We're still green. See, Mr. Les Paul Obsession, the man himself. Ryan Cooper's up to 11th. I can see him on the tower. Oh, I think Matty Ice is tired of waiting. I think he wants to go through. But, oh man. He didn't seem to have the pace to go through. I was sort of letting him, but sort of ran a bit wide, a bit deep, and it was a little uncomfortable. I'm trying to give him the space down low, but I just, you know, this is IndyCar rules. Blue flags aren't really enforced, so Matty Ice well within his rights to do this. And I'm just trying to avoid any collision, any faux pas, anything that can be seen as dangerous or unpredictable. After all, I am just a guest here. These guys are the veterans. They are the ones that know what's up. I exist in their shadow. But as it stands, they exist in mine. The early race collision between Sean Stewart and Jeff H at the front of the field, me right behind, changed everything. Opened every possibility for the race to go the way it's going for me right now. And because of Ted Piper's genius, a little bit of oval strategy, it's a bit relaxing up here. So I'm still definitely focusing, still hoping to keep it all hooked up, keep it all consistent. Gap just beyond 3 seconds to the bottom step of the podium. I would love to be in that fight, though. That seems like a a really hard, really good fight. Positions changing all the time, and you know, this gets me excited for the post-race commentary job that me and our wonderful series organizer Ryan Cooper are going to be doing tomorrow evening. So for those of you who missed the usual commentary style, that will be on his Twitch and YouTube. The LPO, links to that will all appear on the ARL Discord when appropriate. That is a car going a bit slowly. I thought about picking up and having a drink because I'm a bit thirsty. I usually don't talk this much during a race. That's not true. I do talk this much during any given race. Is that and the relative's not showing it quite yet, so I have no idea what driver that is. Starting to drive a little bit silly. It's the man himself. Oh no, it's not the man himself. Les Paul Obsession is down in pit lane from 11th. This is the driver in 13th. Ted Piper scrubbing maybe a bit high, a bit wide. It's Sloth. I can sweep through. Holy shit. That is so fast. That is insane. Just that little bit of slipstream bringing the car up to, I think I saw 242 miles an hour into turn 1. Unbelievable. We got 16 more laps before I gotta enter pit lane, and I'm a bit honest. I'm very nervous about entering pit lane. Holy hell. Look at the overspeed coming into turn 1 and 2 from Ted Piper. That's what that slipstream is. I sort of wondered, 'cause that's as big as the gap had been between us. You know, is that far enough back and he won't catch up? But no. Well, 3/10 is absolutely in the window. Not going to inch up too high just because I sort of was late on my move maybe a bit. I don't want to spook him. Because of it, he's got a bit of a run. Oh, he's going to go for it. He's getting tired of staring at my ass. But here's the thing, Mr. Piper. If you give me the inside line back, I'm gonna take it. Maybe Ted Piper saw the gap. He saw it's at, you know, closer to 4 seconds than 3. Now he's decided that it's time to start fighting. And I think it's just going to be this way all the way around. It's starting to get darker and darker in the skies. And it's just leapfrog at the top of the field. I jump him, he jumps me. We are one big happy family. I think he's going to get a better run here. I'm not really going to get the cut back. I'm going to stick in his slipstream. He doesn't cover down low, though. I think he's okay with this. I'm okay with this, too. I think we're getting a real sense of, you know, what it looks like if he and I were to go wheel to wheel. And all I've learned is I can trust that man. And if we're side by side, no shenanigans will occur. 11 laps, lap 77, or sorry, lap 87. It's going to be the one that I come in on. Here's Sloth again. Oh no, it isn't Sloth. Sloth is in 11th. It's not Pacheco either. Pacheco's in 10th. I think I'm confusing myself between my relative and my leaderboard. Pacheco's coming out of pit lane. I had a couple laps to myself, if I'm honest. I sort of forgot that Mr. Piper was back there. Not in a mean way, mind you. Just in an, honest sort of referential way. Wonder if this is Mr. Ryan Cooper. I think it is. We'll zip on by him. Oh, there's a car going slow down the apron. I scrubbed super wide. I'm not sure who that was. That was going slowly. Man, this car, this setup is absolutely stellar. I didn't touch a thing. I grabbed it from the leaderboard, bolted it on, did enough practice that I felt comfortable with turning left, which wasn't a lot. And I've just come out here and somehow it's all still holding together. Oh, there's a wheel on the circuit! And there's a car on the apron. It's another safety car. It's another restart. And I think I could be giving away some secrets here, but I think it's going to be another pit stop for me. Because we're coming down to the end of the fuel. It's not going to be quite enough to get to the end, I don't think, unless we get another caution. So that final stop certainly is going to be a splash and dash. I'm actually going to request the pit stop this time, even though I'm not going to go in this lap. Pits will open the next lap, I believe. I will go down pit road, same with the rest of the field. This has taken away from Ted and I's strategy, shenanigans, where we had a big gap, but Super Goose is now just one car behind us. Us ball obsessions between him, Ted, and I, so it is anyone's game. Who took you out? I will be honest with you, I have no idea, because I've been here. Believe it or not, I've been leading most of this race, and I'm in entire disbelief. We will know tomorrow. I can promise you that, because we'll go back and do a race rewatch. So that's Paul and I. Oh, that's so speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that's a penalty. Oh, that's a penalty. Oh, I so just gave myself a penalty. I think Ted did as well. I think we both raced each other to the pit lane and it all went wrong. Oh no. He's gonna beat me out of pit lane again! I'm gonna assume we both have the same time penalty. I also didn't click my pit limiter on. Mine might be a bit worse. We've both given ourselves penalties. I saw him in my mirrors. I should have just stuck to my guns and looked ahead and not looked behind. If that was his goal, fair play. But this could be really, really big for the likes of Super Goose, for the likes of second place Merchant. If they're able to hold with us, it could all be undone. Ted, if you're listening, all right, now we really need to work together. And also, if anyone in YouTube chat right now knows how long that penalty is. I just see 0 seconds. Is it it's probably a 5 or a 10 or a 15. And if it's a 15, oh, that's bad. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to jinx myself, but I was going to say this race is going really well, but I know I'm going to mess it up. Lo and behold, the same mistake as I did in qualifying. Speeding in the pit lane. Knock it down 2 gears for the restart. I think Paul Obsession's taking us out, and then Matty Ice is the next car ahead. Then Ted Piper, then me, then Super Goose, then second place Merchant, then Elbow. Oh, it's already contact at the beginning of the restart. I was very lazy on the restart and did it terribly, and I really hope that I wasn't the reason that messed up. I apologize. I got a bit distracted reading names. And I forgot to do things properly. Here's the speed. Yep. More slipstream. Slingshot. Engage. Hello, Ted. It's me again. Matty Ice made a mistake, which sort of caused Ted Piper to make a mistake. He's a little all over the place, but we're 3 wide. We're 3 wide coming into turn 1. Oh no! Oh, it was almost touched. Oh, that was baby. Oh boy, that could have been really bad, but I've lucked out again. Oh boy. Man, I think that time penalty for speeding in the pit lane is going to haunt me for the rest of my days. Especially not knowing what the penalty is. No idea what the penalty is. I don't know what the charge is. I don't know what the damage will be at the end of the race because of the number of cautions that we have had has just crammed the field together. You know, if it was a 10-second penalty, I'd finish this race in 8th place. Should be good to take my normal line. We're gonna go back down low. Ooh, look at the moon. Big and beautiful at the exit of 4. That's lovely stuff. Now, I might not win the race because of my own incompetence, but I'm gonna do my best to be first on track. Because honestly, I'm in the unique position where championship points mean nothing to me. and I have the bragging rights, that begs the question. That does beg the question. It's something I've just thought about, and anyone in the YouTube chat, feel free to discuss it with me, but because I'm not actively in this championship, and there is still a lot to play for, I might consider stopping on the final lap in order to not affect any other race results, because, you know, I don't want to take a great result away from somebody. I don't want to sort of change the way the points are. I don't know. That doesn't feel entirely fair to me. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but got 33 laps to consider it. Ted is putting up a really good defense right now. But I think I might give up positions to those who are on the lead lap at the very end of the race. Or I might just retire before the end. I think I might do that. That feels like the right thing to do. You know, I can ooh and ah and all that. I can claim to be on the podium or whatever, but you know, I just don't think it's quite fair to take away points from those who came out and raced the whole championship and those who deserve it. So I think that's what I'll do. I think I will ever dramatically put the car into a wall and retire from the race in the closing stages. I think Ted's found some get up and go. He's fighting this one like a freaking lion. Is seeming to have found a way to deal with my constantly going low strategy. That feels, I think that I'll do that. I will retire from the race. I will join the Discord just before I do racing interviews. Thank everybody for a wonderful season. That feels proper. That feels good. So I will do that. But I have to say, this has been so much fun. And an absolute pleasure. And the best part is it's not over. Now the question is, should I do a bit of cheeky fuel saving? I think I'm gonna do... Try lifting mid-corner. See what that does for my fuel average. It does sort of mean that Ted can't get past me, but ooh, yeah, that brings it down a lot. Oh no! Oh no! But my fuel saving, but my strategy, it was so beautiful. We have another car stranded. Car is currently in 8th. It's Elbow. Stranded out in the grass. Couldn't tell if he was missing bits of car, but I'm wondering if it was an engine failure. But it's caution number 5. And the fuel saving that I would have done, I now don't have to do. Because I think I only needed 1 or 2 laps extra. Spend 3 laps behind the safety car and it can be push to the checkered flag. But not for me. I will not see the checkered flag. I do not wish it. This has been such a stellar race. What a way to finish the season. Oh, too many people aren't disappointed that there's not the usual broadcast. We'll do our best to make up for that tomorrow. But it has been utterly brilliant. Phenomenal final race. The fact that I'm even within... The fact that I'm even on the lead lap, let alone leading this race, is... It's just unbelievable. Oh, it's unbelievable. Such a pleasure, such a joy, a joyous league. I've been hearing it a lot the past couple of days, past couple of weeks as seasons have been coming to end. A lot of people that are new to ARL, a lot of people that are new to AMS2 or new to league racing in general have found their start here, and it's been awesome. Because this was actually one of the first leagues that I had interacted with. Though I didn't race with them too long, ended up sort of stepping away from league racing, realized it didn't fit into my schedule. And lo and behold, I started filling my schedule with commentary gigs, but I don't know, I find that a bit easier. It doesn't require practice. It requires a little bit of prep. And for me, it's most of the joy of driving a race. Getting to talk about it instead. But today, though, I wanted all the glory for myself. I am currently standing in the lead with 23 laps to go, about to be 22 laps to go. Ted Piper just behind me, who's been my sparring partner for the last half of the race. Super Goose behind the driver who I think is going to take this victory because of the lack of penalty. Trucks in History is in 4th. Second place Merchant is in 5th, who might inherit 2nd place if all goes well. Mayo Reales is in 6th. Crazy Mittens is in 7th. Matty Ice 8th. Sloth 9th. Les Paul Obsession in 10th. And Maximo ARG is in 11th. I think there are only 11 cars running. The attrition rate this evening has been unbelievable. Only fitting for a finale, this level of carnage. And hopefully that's the final restart of the night. Getting a little tired of doing race restarts, though it seems like I've gotten pretty good at them, at least on ovals. Circuits, it's a whole different beast. I'll do my best to get up to speed, drive these last 20 laps in style, and then gloriously retire from the race. Give the positions and the points to the people that deserve it. And finish the final race of the season where I belong. Out of the car, talking your all's ear off, and oohing and ahhing at the wonder that has been the Formula USA 2026 Season 1 series here on America's Racing League. What a night. What a season. now. 19 laps remain. And it's still absolutely a fight for the lead. And unfortunately, though I think he deserves it, but Ted Piper is not going to be able to win this race. I'm going to guess, just due to the time penalty that's hanging over their head. Time penalty is hanging over my head as well. That it won't matter in the end. I wouldn't have won this race anyways because of my own mistakes, but it went so much better than I could have ever hoped. Holy hell. See now what this final fight looks like. It seems that second place Merchant and Trucks in History are going at it. Same with Mayo Reales. I think there's some lapped cars in between them in the race for the lead, but they're not quite out of it, if I were to guess. Oh, just taking it all in for a moment. I don't know. It's almost I don't know. It almost feels a little emotional for me, and I really don't know why. I've done a lot of series. You know, I've broadcasted a lot of races, but I don't know. It's something about this one that's always going to be special to me, and it could very well be the way that it's ending right. The way that things are going. And I wish I could say, oh man, I just practiced, or I'm a natural talent. But no, I ripped the setup that did the fastest lap in the world, and oh, someone's in the grass. Who's that? I think it's Trucks in History. No, it's Truck. I think it's Trucks in History. If I can pull one more up and under on Ted Piper, I can. Yeah, man, this setup just is, oh, it's so good. It's so easy to drive. A lot of oval setups that I've driven before are absolute beasts to get the best out of them, but this one is super, super nice to drive. Ooh, that was, wow! That was a bit scary. Way, I'm just glad I didn't come back into the back of Ted there. The thing that I was most nervous about was taking somebody out, ruining somebody else's race, earning their championship points. I'm fortunate that up to this point, somebody please knock on wood, I haven't done anything like that yet. I will not give in. I will not give in. Super Goose is right on us. It is waiting for his moment to pounce. I just know it. It could be now. Matty Ice, though, what could have been for him if it wasn't for some early wall contact? Because he's been with Ted and I the whole time. He's been racing with us. He hasn't been fighting us, fortunately. He is a lap down, but incredible pace to hang at the top. And it's that's an unfortunate nature of ovals. You know, an early tap with the wall. You know, having to pit out of sequence, an unlucky caution, all things that can come in and drastically change the outlook of your race. I think I've just gotten lucky. All luck, no skill. If I could paint it on the side of my car, I would. We're under 10 laps to go now. I actually don't have enough fuel to finish this race. I'm not too worried about. Because I don't plan on finishing this race. I made a mistake. Oh, we're going to be 3 wide. Oh, we're going to be 3 wide. Oh, I actually almost drove into him. I got a little bit hung up a bit there. Oh, I got a little bit out of sorts. That would have been catastrophic, but what a way to bring this race in its final stages. Oh, it's a caution! It's another caution! And for the first time, I'm not leading the field! That final squabble put me into third. And now I get to live on the other side. Not sure who brought out the final one. But now, and I'm sure Ted and Super Goose now are like, finally, we don't have to deal with this guy's freaking restarts anymore. He's got to deal with ours. I'm sure there's some of that going on. I do think this would actually bring me to, I think, having enough fuel. If I were to estimate. You know, I haven't been doing any fuel saving. I mean, I never, you know, up in the last 20 minutes of this race, I never intended on finishing it, so I never really thought about it. But I think this means I will be able to. If I wanted to. But I don't think I will. I think I might actually bow out. Actually, no, I won't bow out of the final fight just yet. Not just yet. It's too good of an opportunity to pass up this final fight for the couple of laps. But on the penultimate lap, maybe lap 123, I will pull over and gracefully bow out. But I want just that little bit more glory. That little bit more racing action that I know this circuit has to give. And I got more good news. Top of the goodness that has been this race already. This Season 2 for ARL's Formula USA Championship. Pre-planning is well underway. So it is coming back again. I think the overwhelming success of this series has led the organizers to be like, why the heck not do it again? People seem to like it. People seem to like watching it. I like talking about it. And hopefully my personal goal as broadcaster and commentator is that maybe get somebody else in the booth from time to time for next season, so get somebody else's perspective, another person for me to bounce off of in the box, you know, just to talk a bit more. I get tired of hearing my own voice, so I would imagine other people. Racing will resume. It's gonna be a 3-lap sprint. Holy hell. I said I was gonna bow out on lap 123, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Oh, I'll be honest. I want to get back up in the lead. I want to duck out of this race from the lead. But I don't know if I'll be able to catch up. Oh, I should have jumped it. Oh, I should have jumped it. I had such a good restart. But I got nervous. I didn't want to cross the line too early. Gosh, I'm just driving a rocket ship. We're hard racing now. Alright, lap 125. This will be the one. I did what I wanted to do. I got back up to the lead. But it's not my place to take points away from anybody else. So down I go. I will quickly return to pits. Quickly go on board. See what there is to see. For the final time this season. Beginning the final lap of the race. Will it be Super Goose 62? Will it be Ted Piper with honors on the line? Ted Piper does have the penalty hanging over their head. Let's see, does it tell me what it is? It is a 10-second penalty. Doesn't quite have the distance on Crazy Mittens, but it could still be a podium finish. Ted Piper goes to the outside. Oh, he touches the wall. He scrapes the wall in the final lap. He's going down. He's lost a wheel. Ted Piper just before the finish. Oh, it's all gone wrong. A phenomenal race. A phenomenal season ending that way. But Super Goose from the back. He had to wait for it. But it's victory at the Auto Club Speedway. It's victory after 250 miles. And coming over the line in reverse comes Ted Piper. That was unbelievable. I'm going to quickly jump into the chat, congratulate everybody on a series, and we will be right back for interviews.
Fifth.
Hey guys, it was an awesome race. And unfortunately, I hit the wall and I get to P until all the way down until P9. But basically, happy to run with you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, it was
Hey,
a fun
thanks.
season.
Definitely. That was a great season, guys. I just want to congratulate all of you. Thank you for giving me something cool to watch. I retired at the end. I realized I was like, I don't want to take points away from anybody, but I still wanted to race to the second to last lap, so that's why I pulled over. So, but thank you all for letting me crash your party tonight. That was that was really fun. I enjoyed that. So, but
I was hoping that I could draft you and Ted to the rest of the front pack to catch them because I had such unlucky safety cars to get put laps down.
that was. Did we end up on six full course yellows or 7? There's a few.
Well, 2 safety cars in a row came out just after I came out in the pits, so it gave everybody on the lead lap another lap on me. I was in 5th the first time it happened to me. I was the first one to pit out of like the top 6 or 7, and then the safety car came out on my out lap.
Freaking ovals, man.
And so I was already down a lap back, and everybody got to pit and get right behind me, stay a lap ahead on fresh tires too. And then the next one, same thing. The next one happened on pit exit. The safety car came out in front of me and gave the lead cars another lap on me.
Well, those of you who want interviews, I'll open it up to anybody for the end. It doesn't have to be those on the podium, though those on the podium are, of course, welcome. But I will be down on the broadcast booth. I will talk to whoever. But congrats again. Great race. Thank you for letting me crash your party.
Thanks.
Wonderful way to end the season. A wonderful way to go out in style. That was so much freaking fun. And Ted, we'll start with you. That was heartbreaking.
I'm not.
I feel slightly responsible because suddenly I disappeared, and that sort of maybe changed up the dynamic. So I think you should blame that on me.
Yeah, I could, but I was just trying to get a run, and I washed way wide. I was not prepared for my tires to just give out like that.
Yeah, that final restart. I have to say, the setup that I downloaded, it was really good. It had nothing to do with driver skill. It was everything was on that setup.
That set because that's I kept trying to get runs on you, and it like I would go ahead of you and you would just go right back in front. I'm like, okay. But I was trying to do that. I was trying to leapfrog so that like you could get my draft and go a little bit faster, and then I get your draft, we go a little bit faster. And we did pull away from Maddie doing that.
We did.
A little bit.
We did. And I was looking at it and I saw the gap start to open up, and I was like, and I was sort of talking to you as if you could hear me. I was like, let's keep doing this. This is working. And then
it was really working.
Well, of course, yellow came out and it all changed up. But you were a wonderful sparring partner. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. That restart, I tried to back did you see Super Goose, and like he was pretty far behind me on that second restart, or in that last restart. And so I slowed way up because I was like, you can't be, that far away on the restart. So I slowed way up to try to get us all bunched back up again. And then the restart was,
unfortunately, he and I both absolutely nailed the restart.
Yeah.
I did really well, and I was like, oh, this feels great. And I'm like, oh, well, Goose has gone and done the exact same thing I did, and it was just it's super good.
I wasn't trying to jump it. I was just trying to not run into the back of you, because I kept almost doing it all night.
Gotcha. Well, I was looking at my mirror and I was like, they are way back there.
Yeah.
And
so that's what I just.
I've seen earlier.
I slowed way up, and then second place, and Morales got into it, I think, when I bunched everything up. But
yeah, I can show you my view. I didn't go before you did.
That wasn't even the reason.
Morales. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you run out of fuel at the end there, Ted?
No, I washed wide and totaled the car.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, but that was superb. And Ted, I have to say, we both totally outbroke each other coming into the pit lane. I saw you go right of me, and I was like, oh, I got to brake late. We both sent it way too far into pit lane and got the penalties, which I thought was so funny.
That's my whole goal was like, I saw you go in, and I was like, I'm going to rush right up to the line and then brake at the last minute. And it didn't work out.
You beat me out of pit lane 2 times though, and I was kind of annoyed. I was like, what is my team doing wrong?
So do you have a button program to tell your pet crew you're coming in?
Oh, that's right. It does make it faster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. See,
I told my pit crew I was coming every time.
I'm just
a newbie. Everybody. I was in last place on the first restart or whatever, second restart. I was in last place, and I just rushed through the field, and then the second pit stop, or my second pit stop, I was able to short fuel, and I beat everybody out of the pits. I was in first from then on out, basically, up there with you.
Well, maybe not the best finish to the season, but overall, how do you feel about your performance, about the season as a whole? Did you have fun?
It was all right. It was pretty good. I had a pretty I blown 2 engines and stuff, but you can move on to the winners. Move on to Goose and talk to him. I'm just 5th place now. So
yeah, but you were at the front for a while.
most
it
of the
counts for
race.
something. It counts for something. But Mr.
Yeah.
Super Goose 62, you had to wait for it. You had to wait a good 100 or so laps to get back in first, and you did it on the penultimate lap. If that's not premium oval stuff, I don't know what is.
Did he mute himself?
I don't know.
Is he still here?
I didn't want to talk over anybody.
Oh no, I was sorry. I was introducing you. I was trying to do it in a wonky way.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Dude, I'm just bewildered that we actually got one. I mean, I did so bad on the road courses, so getting I knew the ovals were my only chance to do anything, and yeah, it just worked out. I'm kind of blown away.
Patience is a virtue. Patience in not overcooking it into pit lane is a virtue.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
I noticed that at the end. That
you had the
you
quickest
and
lap.
Ted,
You were the
you and
fastest
Ted
one.
had the had penalties. I was like, oh damn. So that's part of why I wasn't getting too aggressive at the end, because I was like, well, if they've got penalties, then I can just worst case scenario, I can just wait it out behind them, but didn't have to do that.
Well, you would have had the right idea. No, I decided probably halfway through the race, I sort of thought about it, and I was like, honestly, I think sort of at the very end of the race, I'm going to pull over and retire just to not ruin people's championship points and stuff like that, because I don't care. I was just there for fun. So you had the right idea, and it worked out beautifully. The Hello Kitty car says hello to Victory Lane. Hell yeah. But
Thanks,
your season as a whole, how do you feel?
Well, it was my first ever like sim racing season, like in general. So never done this before. So pretty, I wasn't expecting much. I certainly wasn't expecting the win. So, yeah, I don't know. Just kind of, again, just over the moon. Crazy, dude.
It was spectacular. A spectacular finish to the season. Are you looking forward to the next one? Are you planning on jumping back into the IndyCar when the time comes?
Oh, of course. Yeah, this is awesome, dude. Guys that put this together, it's just crazy what they've managed to put together for us, because I don't know, man. It's awesome. It's great. I don't know what to say.
Well, go spray some champagne all over yourself. Make a huge mess. You deserve it. Hell of a race, hell of a finish to your season, and of course, thanks for joining on the track.
Yeah, thank you.
Crazy Mittens 83. First of all, where's the 83 come from? Second of all, how do you feel?
That was crazy. I never would have guessed that I could come in second on an oval race. I don't really like the ovals. That's like I think we've run 3 this year. That's the 3rd one I've ever run. So it just I was lucky enough to scoop up places when people had incidents or crazy stuff happen in front of us, and I just sat there and was patient, I guess.
On a 4-stop strategy, nonetheless. Everybody else hung it out with 2. Saw at the end of the race. Was it just sort of every full course yellow you were like, oh, I'll just top up on fuel, or were there any bumps and scrapes?
Yeah,
I
practiced the green flag pit stop like a bunch of times in practice, and then ended up not pitting any under green. Every time there was a caution, I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. And so, and I had room behind me, so I was like, towards the end, I thought I was going to run out of fuel. So that second to last caution, I said, let's go ahead and get some fuel, and that was about it. But.
Well, I mean, it freaking worked. Consistency is everything. Stay out of the wall, keep out of the way of everybody else, and not just on the podium, but all the way up in P2.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm happy with that. So.
What was your favorite moment of the season other than your finish tonight? Because I'm sure that's up there.
I thought Kalima was really good. I think I ended up coming in like sixth place there, and that was just a fun track, and I had a good time there, and I don't know the rest. I mean, it's all been fun. It's do this to with a bunch of guys that know how to race and don't just push you off the track. I mean, it's just that you don't see that in every lobby, and then to kind of just feel like you get to know you guys a little bit after the season of this, and then just looking forward to more the IMSA season and then doing this again too. I think I get to know the car more as the more times you do it. Obviously you learn the car more. So, and then I think that the speed will come after a while. So
It definitely seemed like, I mean, a lot of, I'd say probably everybody, say with the exception of Jeff H, I don't think he got any faster, but it seemed like everybody got quicker. Everybody got a bit more mature, a bit more under control as the season went on. I mean, Suzuka, I was expecting utter carnage, but no, everybody did extremely well for the most part. But super good having you. Congrats on finishing second, and congrats on making it to the end of the season.
thank you. I figured I'd come over to the broadcast booth because I don't know when I'm going to get to second place again. But I enjoyed it. Thank you.
It wasn't second place merchant, but it was third place merchant today. Is that acceptable? Are we okay with that? How do you feel?
I'm pretty upset about the finish. I feel like a run at least second was possible, but had a little tangle at the right at the start of the last restart and lost a lot of time and lost the position. So it happens, but didn't feel great.
Did, at least looking back on your whole season, I know some races better than others for sure, but as a whole, do you feel like it was better than it was tonight?
Yeah, overall, had a lot of um poor finishes. Definitely on it early on. I think I qualified top 6 every race, and like my first like 5 finishes are like 16th, 13th, 13th, 17th, 18th, something like that. So, um, definitely lacked some consistency, but overall, I think it was a good race. I had pace to be amongst the leaders, but just not the results.
Well, the good news is there's a whole nother season coming up.
That's correct,
You
and
can set it right.
I'm much better in IMSA, so
We'll see. We'll see. I imagine I'll probably come back in the booth for him. So these Tuesdays are now sacred to me. So we'll see you there. We'll see you for that. Congrats on finishing the season on the podium, even though you felt like you could go further. But any good racing driver is not happy with their result, even if they win.
yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us in the booth. Thanks for joining us on
Of course.
circuit, and
Thanks.
congrats again.
Thanks for having me.
We're gonna talk to Mr. Matty Ice next, just because that's how I feel like calling somebody out next. How'd it go out there? Did you turn left good?
Was going good in practice, had a horrible qualifying, but had great pace in the race and just the worst time safety cars I've ever had. Twice in a row, safety cars came out of my outlap and gave the lead cars a lap on me, or that lap on me they gained on my pit cycle. I never got back because they were able to pit under yellow.
I feel like it's do or die on safety cars. I probably was the luckiest human being on safety cars coming out, mostly because I was at the front of the field. But I never got unlucky, but I know how it feels when the shoe's on the other foot. It can be rough.
Yeah,
You feel like you have pace. You feel like it's all coming together, and the luck is not on your side.
Just how it happened.
as a whole? Do you feel like you did well on your season? Do you feel like you performed well, or is there more to be had?
A couple races I won back, Kyalami and Long Beach. Maybe could have finished in the podium on the season if I would have turned one of those around. Probably could have actually if I would have turned one of those two around, but is what it is.
It is super close though, which is wonderful. Well, super close up to he who will not be named, which I I shed a tear when I saw that man in the wall. I almost joined them. It was really close. But no, I mean, favorite moment of the season, favorite circuit of the season.
Favorite
Which one
circuit of the
stood out the
season?
most?
Oh, that would probably be I don't know. Kyalami was fun, even though I had a horrible race. It raced really well. But
Hyper underrated circuit, I think.
yeah, that one actually raced really well. And Suzuka actually ended up being a lot of fun.
There you go. All right. The IndyCar Association, get over to South Africa and get over to Japan. I hope Kyalami comes back on the F1 calendar. Not that I'm the biggest F1 fan nowadays, but more cars need to go to Kyalami. It's a beautiful circuit. But no, I mean, your result tonight, best of the not on the lead lap rest. I don't know if that's some
Yep.
form of comfort. Maybe
And
it's
that
a
was just the
silver
two
lining.
laps. That was just the 2 laps I lost to the safety car.
Well, better luck next time, I will say. Better luck at the next season. You're going to be bolting on your sports car shoes. Are you going to be racing in the IMSA series?
Yeah, I just can't decide if I'm going to do. I mean, I'll either be in the Corvette or one of the prototypes.
I think you should drive a prototype because not enough people drive prototypes. And
I actually really like.
Prototype.
there
I
you
actually
go.
really like the prototypes.
We're good competitors, Matt. Let's ride together.
Me and Ted were in a iRacing lobby in a GTPs last night. I asked him, I got pretty good pace in prototypes. I know it's different than the vintage prototypes, but I tend to do better in higher downforce cars. GT3, especially in AMS2, are not my thing.
They require a specific style of driving that does not transfer over to anywhere else. I learned that very
No.
quickly once I moved over to LMU.
Yeah, in iRacing, I've gotten pretty good in GT3s, but I just cannot do it. But I do love the Corvette, so I'm tempted. But I think I'm going to go prototype because I'll have way better pace.
Well, I'll certainly look forward to seeing you there. And if you change your mind, I won't be too mad at you. Corvettes are cool.
Yep.
Corvettes are pretty cool. But congrats on finishing out the season. Maybe not as high as you would have wanted, but it could always be worse. That's your silver lining.
Yep.
Mr. Sloth, who is just not the correct name for you at all. Like there's like some false advertising involved in that, but
Not my intention.
not the best night tonight for you. But at least was it fun? Was it fun out there?
Oh man, yeah, that was a crazy race. I was rooting for you, man. I was like, I hope you just show up and just sweep the floor. Like,
Dude, I have no idea how that even happened. I am as surprised as anybody. When I say I didn't prepare, I jumped in on Friday of last week, downloaded the setup, did like 10 laps, did 15 minutes of practice tonight, and that's it. I was very lucky, and the setup was really freaking good. So
awesome. Yeah, it was great. The first I was in the group of top 5 for the first first 40 laps, although we only really raced for about 10 of those first 40, but yeah, I was like, oh man, he's up there, he's going for it, the elbows are out. I got in a little incident. I'll have to review it later, but it was just a car that got loose, and then and I don't think it collected itself too well when I tried to zoom around it.
It happens.
Yeah, well.
It happens. But on the whole,
exactly.
Good season. Coming back for more.
Oh, for sure, man. This is I was in a league in Seto Corsa Competizione like 6 years ago, and that's the only league I've done other than this one. And yeah, so goal was in the top, finish in the top 20 this this league, and yeah, and turned out okay. Eh?
Did a little bit better than that. I would imagine. I haven't done napkin math that I usually do to figure out where you're going to finish, but I'm pretty sure you're going to stay in third.
Yeah, here's
When
hoping.
I look, as I look down, I think you're good.
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
hope that
it's
I don't steer you wrong and that happens to be untrue, but
I'm really hoping there's someone like Ted is graphic just swoops up there, but I'm not sure.
favorite
Yeah,
circuit
no.
of the season. I think I should ask everybody that. It's a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question. There's so many good ones. Like as you said, Kielami and Suzuka had so much like ebbs and flow, and they're such a yeah, it really worked out for a great IndyCar circuit, surprisingly enough. And same with that. I can't remember what it's called. The MotoGP one we did. That was fun.
Termas de Rio Hondo, another criminally underrated circuit, but I don't think it's on any other sim other than this one. At least I've never
That was
seen it
great.
anywhere else. It's a good
When I was like
circuit.
learning the track, I was like, man, this thing has such good flow. It's so much fun.
MotoGP circuits tend to be like that. See, I love MotoGP circuits. I love Qatar. I'm one of the few psychos that absolutely adores that circuit. I feel like most people hate it, but it always
Oh,
flow nicely, super long corners.
yeah, I'm not familiar with that one too much. I guess that's just in. I only ever see it when we watch F1, but I don't really
WBC
understand.
races there, and that's about the only two series that I'm aware of. I'm sure there's some support series that does it, but F1 and
Oh,
WBC race there. So.
actually, yeah, there. I think I saw. Oh, never mind. It was Abu Dhabi. I was just like late night on YouTube, turned on like a random live car race, and it was some like open wheel at Abu Dhabi, and it was like pouring down rain, and it was like a rain delay, and it was like this is the only time this is ever gonna happen in Abu Dhabi. It's
Probably.
like when all of North America got that giant like rainstorm like a month ago.
I think
But anyway,
weather made it interesting. I think we need to dial up the weather for next season. We have a snow
I like
race.
yeah, I like the elements. The rain was good, and I also like I know Les Paul Obsession said this earlier, but like the multipliers for tires and gas is a huge addition. Like I loved it. Had so many things.
Oh, it transformed the series. I mean, I drove most of I guess season 0 as I think it's being called, and it on from a strategy front, not very exciting. But this season, oh, gorgeous.
Yeah,
It's been great to watch, at least from my end, and it seems like everybody's agreed that it's been great to drive. So a
yeah, tons of
triumph.
fun. As a guy who doesn't know anything about IndyCar strategy, it made the race twice as horrifying. But are you gonna drive in future leagues, or are you kind of commentating?
I don't know. I was thinking about it tonight. Tonight really sort of, I don't know. There was a twinkle in my eye of we'll see. I don't know. I commentary, I love it so dearly because I get like 95% of the joy of driving a race of just talking about it, and I also don't have to prepare for it. So it's easier to do a lot more commentary than a lot more racing. But I don't know. Maybe I'll make more of a habit of being a special guest because I don't seem like most people didn't seem to mind.
No, you're a good celebrity driver.
Yeah, I'm a celebrity. Yes. This is big news. Well,
Do you commentate outside of this league?
I do. I do. I guess I'm most known. It's a European league called RCI. That's how I got started. I probably
Oh,
do
cool.
most of their events, and they
And
got a
what's that?
great
Is that
team.
sim racing as well?
That is sim racing.
Nice.
If I get in, if it becomes real life, oh, it's the closest I'm gonna get to motorsport. I've realized I can't afford to buy a race car, so maybe I'll talk about them. That seems a lot cheaper.
Well, maybe if we all pool our money together, we can get a very small 1 square inch ARL sticker on the rear panel of some race car.
I think we should do ARL 24 hours of lemons team.
I don't know what
Cheapest
that is, but I'm
endurance.
very intrigued.
Oh, $500 24-hour racing. The budget for the race cars are $500. Unbelievable. It's on my bucket
All right,
list.
I'm in.
I think we need to get it together. Well, thanks for joining us in the booth. Thanks for joining us on circuit. I look forward to seeing you on circuit. Maybe going wheel to wheel. Maybe talking to you when you win everything. Who knows? Who knows what the
Pish
future
posh.
holds?
Pish posh. I look forward to interviewing you on your podium someday.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, thanks for the fun this season.
Well, the man we got to thank, fortunately, has been here waiting ever so patiently. Mr. Les Paul Obsession, Mr. Ryan Cooper, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who, from the ashes of season 0, the Phoenix metaphor that has been the success of season 1. I don't think I'm talking this up too much because I believe every word I'm saying. Congratulations on putting together an absolutely stellar season.
Dude, I'm stoked. You know, my season personally was pretty mediocre at best. You know, I call myself consistently average, and watching the championship play out, like I was just as much a fan watching this series as I was a competitor. Like being able to observe from outside was so much fun. Going back, I went back and watched all the broadcasts the day after, and seeing the racing on screen, and just watching strategies play out, and it was I guess fulfilling is the right word. I sank a lot of man hours into making sure that these races went well from an entertainment standpoint, not just from a driving standpoint, but you know, giving drivers something to think about beyond foot down, go fast. I wanted people to try to approach it from a little bit more of a strategic angle, and I think we kind of hit the nail on the head with the tire packages. So
I think you freaking nailed it. I think the only hangups in the season were down to the sim itself, AMS2, and its infinitely janky, messy stuff. Which every day I wake up and cross my fingers and toes and say, "Hey, what if they fix their game?"
So I can tell you all, anybody that's in ARL that's listening back to this, you know, obviously IMSA's coming up, and I don't know quite what the schedule is after that. I don't know if we're going to follow it with another Formula USA or if we're going to have a short mini season. But I can tell you season 2's already pretty much planned out in terms of where we're going. But we've also got a couple regulation changes coming in for season 2. It'll make your job easier, and hopefully it will make the job of everybody else easier. Just so that people have something to look forward to. We are going away once again from the AMS2 automatic rolling start, and we're going to go back to the standing start to a manual formation lap with restart zones, because those actually seem to work really well in Groove's NASCAR series. And we will also be, this is a big one, and I have a feeling if there was an audience, they'd be cheering. We will be doing AMS2's caution laps, but when the safety car goes in, we will have one more lap of caution to wave back markers around.
That's best I could do. Best I could do.
We've talked about it, and there's not really a great way to do it, but the plan is to get all the people that are off the lead lap, and I mean everybody that is not on the lead lap will go around and maintain position, but they'll gain a lap back. So we're not going to do one car or two cars. Everybody that is not on the lead lap in that final caution lap, you will go around the leaders and get your lap or a lap back, so that the leaders are not racing back markers on restarts. So
hell yeah, I like that. That from a viewer's perspective, that's fantastic. From a driver's perspective, that will be massively appreciated.
Yes. We're just trying to my philosophy. This is a series that's very important to me. Formula USA. I mean, I grew up watching American racing, and IndyCar became a very big part of my life the last few years. So making sure this does well has been. I was crushed. Anybody that watched any part of season 0, as it's been dubbed, or the 2025 season is another moniker for it, but it was just, there was a lot that could have been better, and I was pretty upset when it just fell apart. So I hit the books and really kind of dug in and tried to find a good balance of racing, and I cannot. I know it's like everybody says this all the time, but I honestly cannot put to words how grateful I am that even on round 8 of the championship, the final round, we gridded with 22 cars tonight. I mean, that not, and I don't have the statistics in front of me to prove myself correct or incorrect here, but I am pretty sure that is the most we've carried through an entire season in AMS2 here at ARL. Like,
I mean, I can attest to more of that. That's more carry through than I see in some of the seasons that I start with, where we start with 40 cars. Like it's the consistent. I as a viewer, as a driver, as a broadcaster, as a commentator, I would so much rather have a series that consistently has 18 to 20 drivers than starts with 40 and ends with 10. So
yeah,
I view that as absolute success. And
yes, I'm thrilled with it.
and another tidbit, if you want more examples of how Les Paul Obsession has put in the man hours. When we first started talking about me broadcasting, he sent me a series of spreadsheets, one for each round, involving all the data he did to determine how long the race should be, what kind of parameters there should be, and I was a bit intimidated when I got it. I was like, well, this ain't just the thing that some dude threw together. There was effort, and I think it paid off. I mean, I drove
Oh
one
yeah,
round, and I thought that was fantastic. So
yeah, I was thrilled. I'm a little bummed that we had the caution laps we did. I think tonight was AMS2 doing what it does, and then people couldn't really get into the swing of things at the start of the race, because there was a whole lot of start stop. And I think you kind of saw, once we got to some green flag running, it settled down a little bit. People were able to start making passes. It needs to filter out just a little bit, I think, on a super speedway, because people are carrying so much speed into these corners that if you're just a little too close and you misjudge a braking spot or a lifting spot by, an eighth of an inch, it could be the end of two people's race. So I think once we got a little bit of green flag running, it opened up a little bit. Cautions breed cautions. They say that in regular racing series, and it's true even here. I mean, when you bunch everybody up, a lot of horsepower, no traction control, no ABS, none of that. It just gets hard to keep everything pointed the right way. So bummed that the race wasn't as good all throughout. I kept hearing lead changes left, right, and center the whole race, so that must have been enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to watching the replay there. But
I'm also looking forward to watching the replay. As a
yeah,
reminder,
Fontana is
yeah, I mentioned a couple times during the stream, but I know plenty of people are listening now. But we will be back tomorrow. What time did we agree on? 5 o'clock Eastern or 8 o'clock? I don't
hopefully
remember.
about 5 Eastern. Maybe if I'm home quick and I can get everything set up, maybe even a little sooner, like 4:45. And yeah, we'll be doing a rewatch of it. But no, honestly, from like every fiber of my being, I really do appreciate everybody that was involved in not just in racing, but for you doing all the broadcasts and these post race interviews, and just it's been it has been something. Trying to do this without upsetting myself. It's been something to look forward to with everything that's gone on with me in the last 2 or 3 months. This has been super special. So I really do appreciate everybody.
Well, we'd be nowhere without you. So deeply appreciate your work. It's been such a fantastic season, week in and week out, interviewing people. Everyone's having a good time. It's a great little community that's surrounded this car that I think will continue to grow. The word will get out. People will be like, this little Brazilian sim racing game and this little not quite legally branded Indy car is something pretty freaking special.
Season 2 is going to be a banger. I can already tell you all the schedule is going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I heard we're going to the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Is that true?
Sure. I don't know who told you that, but we'll let you think that. I'll drop our
Monaco.
season opener for you all.
It's going to be Monaco.
Yeah, okay, sure. I think I've heard from on many accounts that if we put Monaco on the IndyCar Championship, many people will hit the uninstall button for that whole season.
All right, so season 3, Ted and I are in charge. That's all I've learned.
Yeah. Our season 2 opener will be at Brasilia, so
Ooh,
something to look forward to.
another underrated AMS2 special of a track.
Indeed, and a track that IndyCar actually came very close to racing at several years ago.
There we go.
So,
well, Mr. Cooper, Mr. Les Paul Obsession, thank you so much for joining us in the box, signing off the season. Well, I would actually say season's not quite signed off yet. That'll be tomorrow evening where I'd say, officially say goodbye to season 1. But it's been stellar. Thank you for coming in and chatting with us.
Pending any deliberations in the steward's office, because I imagine we'll see some tickets tomorrow.
I'm sure there were some comings together. I mean, it didn't go from 22 to 11 or 10 cars, however many finished, by accident. Who's to say? I'm not a steward, and there's a reason for it. I make terrible decisions. But thank you again for joining us. Congrats on completing the season as a driver. Congrats on completing the season as an organizer. And I thoroughly look forward to getting to chat about everything in detail tomorrow. And we get to see what I usually see and have yet to see. Which will be
you get to refer to yourself in the third person probably a whole lot because you were up front most of the night.
I don't know. I need to go buy several lottery tickets. I don't know. I need to go do something. Stars align today.
Wild. Also, I'll be trickling through. I know we normally do like congrats to the podium finishers, like first place, third or second and third place in the championship. In honor of IndyCar and how they kind of award people, these won't necessarily be trophy handing positions, but there will be a couple honorary mentions, and one of them is actually sitting in here tonight. Our rookie of the season is Sloth. So
I don't have the clapping ready. Oh no!
Hip hip hooray to Sloth. He was the ARL rookie with the highest score this season. Even when we put tonight's results in, he will be the furthest up the leaderboard of the rookies. So there's also going to be a biggest mover award to the driver that gained the most spots over the season. And yeah, just had to shout it out because he's in here and wasn't sure what we were going to think about him when he first started, but he found his footing and started to pummel us.
You didn't know what you were going to think about him?
Well, I didn't know. It's
his
the
name's
first
Sloth?
race. I don't recall. Yeah, I don't recall your first race being all that incredible. If I'm not mistaken, you didn't.
I did a greasy move on you up the inside of bus stop at Watkins Glen.
Yeah,
that's
I do remember that. But I was actually impressed by that. I wasn't even mad. But I don't remember you having the like an outrageously good finish at Watkins Glen. You came alive in. I don't think it was Kailami even. I think you started really waking up in round 3.
Round 4. I think my first 3 races, I don't think I finished on the lead lap. I think it was round 4.
Yeah.
It was Long Beach. Actually, yeah, it was Long Beach. And
yeah.
with Ted. You and I had a very exciting finish.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I love, man. It's like I love seeing, like, especially all you guys that are new to the series or new to the league, coming in and sticking with it long enough to get a handle on the car and really finding a rhythm. Crazy Mittens is another one that did just fantastic this season. The leaps and bounds of improvement week over week is fantastic. So yeah, congrats on the top three, and congrats on rookie of the season, because you had a hell of a drive, man.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to well, it's the IMSA season as well, but the next IndyCar season is going to be a heater if we definitely have the same grid, as well as hopefully some of those top runners can hopefully stick it out the entire season this time. I know there are some
Yes,
that couldn't quite
we
make
miss
it,
the
but
Tiagos, and it's no use. And just so happened I didn't plan it this way, but anybody that's listening back to the ARL broadcast, first IndyCar race of the season is actually this weekend at St. Pete. So perfect segue into the Real World Series. Go check it out. If you liked racing this, that is an absolute blast of a series to watch. So definitely
I've
go
never
give it
actually
a
seen
look.
it.
It is so much fun.
It is actually. I watched my first race completely randomly sometime last year, and I wasn't expecting much. Don't remember where they were racing. I think it was some random circuit in Arizona. But it is good to watch. Surprise, surprise!
There's
I enjoy watching motor racing.
Yeah, and there's it's it's a good way to get you in the mood for more of this. So again, I know I've said it 2 or 3 times now, but really, sincerely, truly, thank you to everybody that participated, everybody that watched the broadcasts, everybody that raced, to everybody that was in the booth at any point. I do very genuinely appreciate everybody, because it it gives me purpose to do all this crap that I've done. Uh, Makes me feel like it was all for something.
Something now,
Congrats on
something
a
later. More and
congrats on a
more.
very successful season that you organized. It's
Yeah,
as you guys were saying earlier, it's I very rarely do you see a league actually make it to this many numbers at the end.
yeah, I was tickled to death. There were a few weeks where I was a little concerned, but I actually honestly think, looking back at it, it was really just coincidental timing. I thought Indy was poorly attended, but it sounds like a lot of people were just unavailable. So, um, it was really good, and I appreciate everybody. I know not everybody's a fan of the ovals, but everybody at least tried to stick it out for the ovals. So appreciate that. And then, yeah, I do. I'm tickled to death. I could not be happier with how the season went, and I cannot wait to get into more.
I'm excited for more, and what a way to finish off the season! What a way to wrap it up! One final reminder: we will be live over on the LPO network tomorrow around 5 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna rewatch the race with a little bit of retrospect in mind, but mostly pretending like we don't know what's gonna happen. And
It's true.
it will be great. It will be wonderful. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the drivers again. Thank you to the man himself for keeping this running. Thank you to everybody who watched and kept me company. I had an absolute blast, and I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about doing a series on my own, and we'll see. Maybe I'll try to rustle up somebody to join me from time to time in the box here, but hope all of you didn't get tired of hearing my voice, because unfortunately I'm not going anywhere. Maybe I'll be in a car every once in a while, but I promise you, you will still be hearing my beautiful, with a question mark, voice again, certainly soon, and more in the future. Go check us out on SimGrid if you want to come race with us. Join the Discord, best place to be. Hang out with the drivers. Well, join the drivers, join the grid, and I look deeply forward to seeing you all, broadcasting to you all, and enjoying some more racing with you all soon.